We really looked for a company that could understand what we were going through and understand the history and incorporate it in a really fun way. And we were so pleased to find that Little Mountain could do that. Richard and his team spent a lot of time with me on the phone as we discussed our history and our background. And then he brought his team down to see our church and to meet us and take a look around and make sure that we were all on the same page. The design phase was one of the most enjoyable phases as we worked together to find a theme that we felt was timeless and personal to our church. We wanted to make children a focus. We wanted to make families a focus. And as a church, we took a stand that we would do whatever it takes to grow our youth and our children's ministries. So renovating the children's facilities was the obvious first step for us. After we decided on a theme, it took no time at all before I began to get drawings and to look at the drawings, and I have to tell you, I loved them right off the bat. I was so impressed with their ideas and how they translated what we wanted. I was just blown away by the attention to details, the specific details for each storefront, such as guitar strings on David's music studio, the fish hooks in the gables on Peter's fish market. Every single detail, the giraffe columns on Adam's pet shop was just absolutely phenomenal. Even the logo that they created for us had a nod to our history when they added the established 1839. It's just so respectful to who we are as a church and to our history, and our congregation just so much appreciated that kind of detail.
I have a 3-year-old, and it was her first time last Sunday, and she loved it. She was in the Joseph's coat room, and she couldn't believe how cool it was, and she couldn't believe how bright and colorful that it was, and she loved it. She didn't want to leave. When we bring them and their eyes light up, they're like, this place is so awesome. And the playground part, oh my gosh, I don't think they could get any of the kids off there. So they thought it was the coolest thing ever.
The last major renovation was 60 years ago. And you know, people fall in love with what they've got. And so you start trying to change things, and you might expect me to tell you the secret to making change easy. Boy, if there is one, I haven't found it. All you can do is love people, ask them to trust you, build some credibility with them by being a good pastor, a good staff person, good lay leader with them, and loving them, listening to them, and getting as many people as you possibly can to see in person what Little Mountain has done in other churches. Get them to experience Little Mountain. Get them to walk the ground and talk to other churches and get other churches to report the difference it has made in the life of that church, and then just kind of live through it. And if you give people time and you love them, they'll make the adjustments necessary. And then when you actually do bring all this new and colorful and wonderful stuff online, man, they're all going to think it was their idea. And they're going to forget all the grief they gave you when you were trying to push it through.
Working with Little Mountain was one of the easiest parts of all of this, was Little Mountain. And just the excitement of every day getting to come to work and open up my email and see the incredible artwork and knowing what was coming for our kids. And then watching the kids move into the space for the very first time, seeing their eyes, seeing the excitement, seeing them climb through the train. We haven't seen that kind of excitement in our children in a long time.
I grew up in this church, and I was in that nursery as an infant, and it hadn't changed since I was there 45 years ago, as a newborn, until you guys came in and did everything you did to it. I think it's amazing now. and I wish we would have done it much sooner. So looking forward to all the kids coming up now getting to use that facility, and it's exciting and it's modern, and I think it'll draw people into the church.